There's a whisper that happens in the mind of a certain kind of viewer. It doesn't happen during the biggest explosion or the loudest gunfight. It happens in the quiet moments. When John Wick methodically tapes a magazine to his back, when he looks at a staircase and doesn't see an obstacle, but a series of tactical possibilities, the whisper says, "I want that. Not the killing, but that." That state of being, that unified focus, it's a profound and strangely personal reaction to a character drenched in stylized violence. To understand it, we must look past the choreography and into the human psyche. We must ask, what void in our modern experience does this fantasy so perfectly fill? Our journey begins not in the underworld of assassins, but in the overwhelming reality of contemporary life. We are living in the age of the fractured self. Your attention is not a stream, but a shattered mirror, reflecting 100 different fragments at once. One moment you're processing a work email, the next you're absorbing a global tragedy through a 6-second video. Then you're comparing your life to a curated highlight reel of a distant acquaintance. This constant, low-grade cognitive dissonance creates a psychic weight. We feel busy but not productive, connected but not grounded, informed but not wise. We swim in an ocean of options but are paralyzed by the fear of choosing the wrong one. And then, we cut to a man in a black suit. His world has collapsed into a single, blazing point. A singular wrong has been committed. A car stolen. A dog killed. A final thread of peace severed. From that moment, John Wick's reality undergoes a radical simplification. All the noise of the world, politics, economics, trivial concerns, falls away. What remains is a path, a terrible, violent, but exquisitely clear path. This is the first pillar of the fantasy, the catharsis of simplification. The mind, exhausted by multitasking and moral ambiguities, looks at his journey and, in a dark way, envies it. Here's a man who has traded the anxiety of 100 open browser tabs for the concentrated, singular focus of a sniper's scope. His purpose, though born of tragedy, is absolute. There is no committee to convince, no quarterly review to prepare for, no algorithm to appease. There is only the task. In a world drowning in complexity, the idea of a single, all-consuming problem you can physically solve is, perversely, a kind of relief. It's a fantasy of trading diffuse anxiety for directed fury. This leads us to the second, perhaps more powerful layer, the language of embodied competence. We live in a society that often rewards the simulation of work over the work itself, the polished presentation over the functional prototype, the confident talk over the quiet skill. Our worth is frequently tied to our ability to narrate our value, to package ourselves. Words have become detached from action, promises from outcomes. John Wick exists in opposition to this economy. He is a man of devastatingly few words. His vocabulary is written in posture, in economy of movement, in ballistics. His competence is not a claim. It is a demonstrated physical fact. When he walks into the Continental, he doesn't need a resume. His reputation, the myth of Baba Yaga, precedes him, but it is a reputation built entirely on tangible, witnessed action. Watching him, we touch a deep, primal appreciation for mastery. It's the same feeling you get watching a master carpenter join two pieces of wood without a nail, or a musician disappear into a flawless solo. It's competence so deep it has become aesthetic. It becomes art. The desire to be John Wick is, in this sense, a desire to transcend the realm of negotiation and persuasion, and exist in a realm of pure, unassailable capability. It is a longing for a world where you are judged not by your words or your connections, but by what you can do, with a level of skill that borders on the sacred. His gun fu is a brutal ballet, a deadly craft, and in a time where many of us feel our work is intangible, ephemeral, or instantly obsolete, The fantasy of a concrete, perfectible skill is magnetic. But this mastery serves a deeper emotional engine. Let's talk about the container for rage. John Wick is not an emotionally vacant killing machine. He is a man drowning in a silent ocean of grief. He is a raw nerve. The violence is not his nature, it is his symptom. It is the only language left that is big enough to express the cataclysm inside him. This is the core of the catharsis. As viewers, we are not empty vessels. We accumulate quiet angers, the injustice of a boss taking credit, the seething frustration in traffic, the helpless rage at systemic problems we can't fix, the deep, personal betrayals that leave scars. These emotions have no clean outlet. They become background radiation in our lives. John Wick provides a symbolic container. He is our avatar for a specific, pure form of rage, righteous, personal, and consummated. We project our own diffuse frustrations onto his very specific mission. Through him, we experience the fantasy of that rage not being turned inwards as depression or outward as misplaced lashing out, but being focused with laser precision on a target that unquestionably deserves it. And then, through a kind of violent osmosis, we experience the fantasy of that rage being spent, exhausted, finished. It is the dream of emotional resolution, of a closed loop, wrong committed, consequence delivered, equilibrium, however bloody, restored. Now we must turn the diamond and look at its darkest facet, the aesthetic of control. The John Wick fantasy is meticulously styled. It's not just what he does, it's how he looks doing it. The perfect suit that moves like a second skin, the clean lines of his weapons, the rhythmic, almost meditative cadence of his actions. Even his grief is stylized, silent, noble, expressed through objects, a wedding ring, a photograph, a dog's collar. This speaks to a desire for an aesthetic life. In a world of clutter, fast fashion, and disposable goods, Wick represents a return to timeless craft, to tailored quality, to intentionality. Every object he uses has a purpose and is treated with respect. The fantasy is of a life where chaos is met not with matching chaos, but with a higher, more beautiful order. He doesn't just defeat his enemies, he does so with a chilling, graceful efficiency that turns violence into a terrible art form. This taps into a very human desire to not just be effective, but to be elegant in our effectiveness. We cannot stay in the fantasy, however. The bridge between dreaming of John Wick and admiring John Wick is built from the steel of reality. This is the critical turn. The psychology is only healthy if we perform the translation. What are we truly yearning for when we feel that pull? We are yearning for agency, the power to effect change in our own lives, to not be passive spectators. You build this not with a gun, but by identifying one area of your life, your physical health, your financial literacy, a creative hobby, and asserting deliberate, consistent control over it. We are yearning for craft, the deep satisfaction of mastery. This is Keanu Reeves spending months in jiu-jitsu and firearm drills. This is the dedication of the pianist, the programmer, the painter. Find your gun-fu, the skill you can practice until your hands know the motions before your mind does. Let your competence become your quiet confidence. We are yearning for boundary. John Wick's world has clear, if brutal, rules. We need psychological boundaries, the ability to say no to protect our time, our energy, and our peace with the same ferocity he protects his life. His suit is armor. What is yours? Is it a morning routine that centers you? A digital detox? A commitment to not engaging with toxic dynamics? We are yearning for catharsis through creation. His rage is destructive because his world offers no other outlet. Ours does. Channel that powerful energy into creation. Build something. Write. Compose. Cook, train, turn the storm inside into a sculpture, a song, a stronger body. Let the focus he embodies direct your energy not toward annihilation, but toward generation. And finally, we are yearning for a personal code. Beneath the violence, Wick is bound by a code. He values loyalty, honor among thieves, and memory. He is, in his way, principled. The fantasy is for a moral clarity to match our focused skill, to know what you stand for, and to have the fortitude to stand for it, even when it's costly. The final section slows, the music becoming more ambient, reflective. The visuals might show abstract representations of these ideas, hands shaping clay, someone coding on a dark screen, a person meditating, a beautifully crafted tool. So the next time you watch John Wick and feel that familiar, compelling whisper, don't dismiss it as a simple power fantasy. Listen to it. It is a signal from your deeper self. It's pointing to a lack of focus, a hunger for real skill, a reservoir of unfelt emotion, or a longing for a more intentional life. John Wick is a shadow on the wall of our modern cave. The shape is violent, but the object casting the shadow is human. It is our own desire for purpose, for mastery, for clarity, and for a life that feels authentically, powerfully our own. The destination is not the Continental Hotel. The destination is the best, most capable, and most focused version of you. The suit is optional. The discipline is not. The weapon is irrelevant. The skill is everything. The vengeance is a dead end. The creation is the way forward. This is the true psychology, not the worship of a killer, but the decoding of a yearning, and the understanding that the most powerful thing you can ever take control of, with all the focus of a legendary assassin, is the trajectory of your own life.